Good afternoon, morning, or evening, ladies and gentlemen. False here, and today I'm going to show you how I build my Gunzerker. Now, the reason why I have 108 skill points when I should have some sort of a lot less than that is because this character is modded, and I have almost all skills spec'd into, but I reset it and I have all these skill points now. But, however, I will go over what a normal character would look like. So, here we go. First off, pick up Gunzerk, holds 2 guns. Of course, and you also need this to progress down all of the other trees here. Now, first thing you want to pick up, Inconceivable. Extra shots as your health and shield lowers. On the reflexes for more reload speed and melee damage. Melee damage is quite irrelevant because this is a melee cell. Lasts longer for extra gunzerking duration. I don't pick any of these up because I'm ready already. Is kind of useless unless you want to perform some glitches with the Hyperius stuff. Well, it's not really a glitch, it's just to get your Gunzerk back faster because you can only use your Gunzerk for a little bit. But yeah, steady as she goes, it resets interfacer accuracy, and I do have interfacers. So, and 5 shots or 6, it just makes it harder to get down to the money shot. Then I go into Double Your Fun for throwing 2 grenades, and I also pick up Yippee-Ki-Yay as well into 4 points. Then I go into Get Some, 5 points for cooldown even while gunzerking. And if you hear any squeaking in the background, I'm sorry about that. I can't control it. It's my chair. And then Keep Firing. I'll put 1 point into that. And then over here, I'll go into Locked and Loaded for extra fire rate over 1 reload. Quick Draw. I'll pick this up because I like a lot of weapon swap speed. I'm Your Huckleberry for some extra pistol damage since the Herald is most likely used. Money Shot for extra shots, of course. Well, not really extra shots, it's just bonus damage, and a lot of bonus damage. Divergent Likeness, hold 2 guns of the same weapon type, and you get bonus damage, but hold 2 weapons of a different type, you get accuracy. So, this is mainly used for the Heralds, not really for the Interfacer, or Conference Call, whatever you want to choose. Then I go into Down, Not Out, and then I pick up No Kill Like Overkill. Then I go into Hard to Kill. I go into Insight for extra movement speed and reload speed after taking damage. Then I go into Asbestos for less enemy status effects, so corrosion, slag, shock, incendiary debuffs. Those won't last anywhere as long. Then I put 3 points into Out of Bubblegum. And then 1 point into Fistful Heart. And that's how I build my Gunzerker in terms of skills. How I have my mission stuff. No, not all my mission stuff. My weapons figured out is I have 1 of every element in Interfacer. No, 1 of every element in an Interfacer. That's what I just said. An Interfacer of 1 of every element. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry about that, guys. A Storm for getting the switch up in Arid Nexus Badlands for Dr. Zed's area. Tum Tum Godfinger, this is for PvP purposes. Well, not PvP, PvE, but say you're in Digistruct Peak and you die, you can still help your friends with this. because the borders around there don't block bullets. They only block the character from going through. Then you've got conference calls in every element. Don't know why this one's down here. One of every element in Northfleet. Oh yeah, the conference calls are also fire, corrosive, and shock. There's no slag, because I don't need slag. Then I have a Herald, has Torque Grip and Mount on Sight, because Mount on Sight is my favorite. Rocket Jumping Bada Booms, for, of course, rocket jumping. Tum Tum Trespasser, for knocking Pete's face shield off when you fight Pete. Dynamic Lady Fist, because fast fire rate and slag always seems to help. Grog Nozzle. This is a modded Grog Nozzle, so you can just use the mission one you get from A Beard Makes the Man from Claptrap in the Tiny Tina DLC. Then I've got one of every element in the Bone of the Ancients. This does not come in slag, by the way. The best one you want to go for the Bone of the Ancients is these. 39% damage to the elemental type, and then 47% cooldown on the cooldown rate. Then I have a Sheriff's Badge. I know I probably don't have one of the best ones, so this is the one I have. Then I have a Hoarder for bullet regen, Legendary Berserker for movement speed, Legendary Gunzerker for extra gunzerking duration, Chaotic Good Monk. Quick note, Evil Monk is less DPS, Good Monk is more, because the reload speed beats out the crit damage. Lob Slag Crossfire. It is 1.8 fuse because I mainly use this nade for fighting Terra, and I can get a lot more out there with a 1.8 fuse instead of a 1 fuse, or in this case, a 0 fuse. Then I have a Longbow Quasar. It's not sticky because you can't get a 0 fuse on the sticky. Then I have Antagonist for either just transferring areas and farming Vermi or Vermivorous. Sham, that's pretty obvious why I have it. B, this is one of the best ones you can get. 1.8 million amp damage, and it has an elemental resistance. Mine is Alkaline because that's the element that you'll most likely have to deal with. And Rough Rider. I barely use this, but I keep it in here because there's never a time when you know you're going to use it. Just when you do use it, it's a lifesaver. And that's about it for the gear. So I'll quickly set up a pistol build. So I want the Grog Nozzle. Where's my Lady Fist? There's the Lady Fist. Then the Herald. I usually throw in a shock interfacer here as well, just in case I find an explosive resistant enemy, which there isn't many. Then for shields, I usually go either Rough Rider or Sham. I'll go Sham. Frickin' Skype. I don't know if you guys heard that. I'll have to look back at the footage. And then I'll run Legendary Berserker for the extra movement speed. Then for the relics, it's pretty obvious. Sheriff's Badge, lots of fire rate, good amount of damage, more fight for your lifetime. And then for nades, I'll run the Quasar. So yeah, that is how I run my Gunzerker, especially a pistol build. This is honestly a pretty good build, not the best, I've seen better, but this is how I run it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that like button if you wish, and if you like my content, go ahead and subscribe. If you don't, you won't hurt my feelings. Thank you for watching, have a good day, see you guys around.